From the incredible moment a powerful tsunami crashes into shore and a massive landslide carries several empty houses out to sea, to a terrifying close-range tornado tearing through a city street and an underwater sinkhole swallowing tree after tree. Tonga is a Polynesian country in the South Pacific, about 400 miles southeast of Fiji. Officially known as the Kingdom of Tonga, it reigns over 171 tiny islands scattered over 270,000 square miles of ocean. Of the 104,000 people that live in the kingdom, 70% reside on the main island of Tonga Tapu. Tonga made national headlines in January of 2022 when Hunga Tonga Hunga Ha'apai, a massive submarine volcano, erupted off of its north coast. Now, while the eruption didn't send lava spewing across the Tonga Islands, it did send a powerful tsunami that inundated all 171 islands with water. As this video clearly shows, tsunamis don't have to be monster waves to cause a major problem. Our camera person stands safely on a rooftop as a 1.2-meter tsunami wave washes over the shore, crashing through a fence and floods their backyard. Water covers the entire coastline as the camera pans back and forth. Then, another wave crashes over the street, adding insult to injury. The Tonga eruption was not a good day for the kingdom. The tsunami knocked out communication and claimed 4 lives. Among them were 2 animal shelter owners who perished while trying to save their dogs. The Tonga tsunami didn't stop at the kingdom either. Waves made it all the way to Peru and California. According to scientists, the energy released by the Tonga volcano was equivalent to 61 megatons of TNT, more powerful than the Tsar Bomba, aka the largest nuke ever detonated.
The Canton of Valais is one of 26 cantons, or states, that combine to form Switzerland. It sits in the southwestern part of the country, sharing borders with Italy in the south and France in the west. It's one of 3 alpine cantons and is known for its wine and brandy production. But in the summer of 2018, they were known for their mudslides. On August 7th of 2018, a powerful mudslide tore through the village of Grunier. Heavy rainstorms triggered a freak mud flood high in the mountains, and it raced towards the town with frightening speed. Locals gather to watch the dirt and debris come through the waterway. They back up when they realize the mudslide is traveling faster than expected, which turns out to be a good idea. The mud cascades over the walls and moves a black SUV on the other side. By the end, it looks like a massive volcanic eruption left a trail of ash on the street. There were no injuries reported by Swiss authorities, and only minor damage to some cars and buildings. We can't say for sure how much mud fell on Grunier that day, but we can safely assume the cleanup lasted a while.
Marshalltown, Iowa sits on the banks of the Iowa River and is home to just over 27,000 people. They all know the risk they take living out in Tornado Alley, though Marshalltown itself has an on-again, off-again history with powerful storms. An F3 tornado hit the south side of town on April 23rd of 1961, damaging several structures and causing about $1 million in damages. Almost 60 years later, another EF3 storm, now using the enhanced Fujita scale, ripped through downtown at around 4:30 in the afternoon. One man was brave enough to stand in an alley and record the twister as it tore down the street.
Oh, there goes the rest of this. It's going right by the office. It literally went down the alley.
Now, whether you call it brave or reckless, you can't deny the amazing footage. The storm rips apart power lines and sends light debris flying in every direction. It completely levels the wooden fence as it gets closer, and our cameraman is forced to take cover. This storm was part of a 2-day tornado outbreak between July 19th and 20th. In total, 31 confirmed tornadoes touched down over 33 hours across several towns, including Marshalltown, Pella, and Lovelia. The two most powerful storms were an EF3 in Pella and the EF3 we see in this video. The Marshalltown storm tore the spire of the courthouse roof and damaged several businesses, homes, and historic downtown buildings. It lasted 23 harrowing minutes and carved an 8-mile path of destruction through the heart of town. Altogether, the storms caused $320 million in damages, but nobody lost their lives.
Back in 2009, a massive landslide carried away 2 houses in eastern Germany. This image you see here sparked our interest to find any footage we could of the event, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem like any exists. Instead, we found something even bigger. Alta, Norway is a city that sits on the northern part of the country, along the banks of the Alta Fjord. Back on June 3rd of 2020, a man was making lunch when he heard creaking coming from outside. When he went to look, he saw power lines ripping and the ground moving. Immediately, he ran outside and began filming. Here is the raw, uncut footage that he captured. A massive landslide carries houses, barns, and trees into the Alta Fjord. There was no stopping it once it got going, and all anybody could do was watch as their homes got swept off to sea. It almost looks like someone dropped their Monopoly pieces in the bathtub. According to the New York Times, the landslide swept 8 houses into the water. Thankfully, nobody got hurt, and the buildings were mostly vacation homes and cabins. The landslide ran over 2,100 feet along the shore and began nearly 500 feet inland, making it the largest they'd ever seen in Alta. The landslide was the result of quick clay, a term used to describe when clay collapses and flows like water. You can find such clay in Scandinavia, Canada, Russia, and Alaska. It's basically an unstable holdover from the last ice age. This wasn't the first time Norway experienced landslides of this nature, and I'm sure it won't be the last.
La Grave is a ski resort tucked away in the French Alps. Unlike your typical ski mountain, La Grave is unpisted, meaning there aren't marked trails. On top of that, there are no formal means of avalanche control, something you would typically expect in a place like this. Back in March of 2015, a group of friends were on the mountain enjoying a day of riding. During a stop on one of their runs, they noticed what appeared to be an avalanche forming off in the distance. From the video, it seems that they were first excited at the sight, but this excitement quickly turned to fear once they noticed that it was headed right for them.
C'est impressionnant. C'est pas vrai ça, je filme. Ah ouais, je filme. C'est énorme. Wouah, putain.
In the span of only 40 seconds, the bright and sunny day turned into a terrifying moment. Thankfully, they were far enough away to only get hit by a light dusting. By the time it passed, everyone was in high spirits and seemed to have enjoyed the experience. Avalanches occur all the time, but to film one that big hitting you head on is definitely a rare moment.